95% of the IT security spend I see globally is on expenditures which really look great on compliance reports. Makes auditors really happy, but it doesn't stop sophisticated attacks against your org that does the damage against the stuff you care about. So when we talk about how much money we're spending, it becomes a bit of a misnomer. It becomes a bit of a red herring to a certain extent. And the majority of all the technology I see purchased is barely used. I mean, every time I've gone into an employer, I go, hey, how much of the functionality of that $1 million thing you bought is actually turned on? 5-10% was the most in every place I've ever been, because the staff, for one reason or another, haven't got it that way. Law enforcement's job is not to solve your problems. They're out there arresting criminals, chasing bad guys, investigating things. But if you expect them to solve your problems before they happen, that's not what they do. Calling up the FBI and saying bad things just happened to me may not get the kind of response that you want, because that's not what they're charged to do, especially if you as an organization haven't done your job first. Bad guys don't generally seek to get caught. So unless they want you to know that they were there, like with ransomware, really the problem comes down to is no matter how many fresh-faced college graduates you've got and Big Four accounting consultants that you're paying for, they're not going to find them. They're not going to stop them until they want to be found. You got to have the right kinds of program, the right kind of alerting, the right kind of governance so decisions can be made in a dynamic fashion if you want to keep up with the pace today. And when it comes to professional advice, just because you worked at the FBI or the police or you were the commanding general of whatever, and it gets you my thanks, but on its own, it doesn't make you an expert to advise for-profit boards. You get to tell really great war stories and it'll scare people and impress them that you were a former something. And I respect their expertise and what they know. But when you look at trying to protect all of the facets of a privately held business or even a publicly traded business and its competitive advantage, it's a different matter altogether. Law enforcement guys chase stuff after it happens. Security people try to stop things from happening in the first place. It's a very simple distinction, but it is an important one when you're thinking about how do I protect my competitive advantage from going away.